Yes, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Lisaga. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Lisaga. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep. Go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laps in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. About to raise the bar, wild card bar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk, Modelo Lisaga. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card bar, we about to raise the bar. Wild card bar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk, Modelo Lisaga. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mar, hey. Wild card mar, wild card mar. I.O.W. late night sports. Wild card mar, wild card mar. I.O.W. late night sports. Wild card mar. Wild card mark. I.O.W. late night sports. Wild card mark. Wild card mark. I.O.W. late night sports. Hey.
Give me a second, let me light up real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, welcome to the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition, hosted by Mr. Modelo himself. You already know the name by now. You know what I'm saying? Wild Card Mark. You already know the vibe. Pull up, let's go.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark.
Yeah. What's happening? Your boy Wild Card Mar in the building, here for another episode of I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition. Yes, episode 372. What a pleasure it is to be here with all the listeners, the viewers. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love and the support. Check it out. Always gotta show some love. Give a shout out to my guy 40 Water, Silent Hill TDS. Make the dope intro to the game, to the podcast game. Well, to me, the dopest intro in the podcast game. Let me set it all up like that. I know I'm all tongue-tied and shit. Because I'm excited, y'all. Because I'm excited. Another episode. And as always, got to give a shout out to that guy. Man, appreciate that guy. Man, it's like a brother to me. He's like one of them homies, like, you may not always talk to each other all the time, but it's almost you put pause on life and you press play when y'all get together. Like, we never miss a beat. That's my guy right there. But local artist down in Charlotte, North Carolina, doing this thing, independent. So showing some love. Going on to his YouTube channel, Hitchhikers. Yes, tap in. Silent Hill TDS. And hey, enjoy some good music. He has music everywhere. Bandcamp, SoundCloud, everywhere. Tap in with him, Silent Hill TDS. And of course, while you're over there on YouTube, tap in with us, I.O.W. Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram. Most importantly, YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Let you know every time we go live, drop some new content. Of course, I.O.W. Sports 1 on the Twitter. And y'all can chop it up with me on the Twitter, Casey Wildcard Mar as well. Facebook and Instagram on there, Wildcard Ma. But hey, let's get down to the business, to the nitty gritty. What we came here to do. We came here to talk some sports, man. I got some top play from the night, and it's a baseball play. Yes, baseball play. Yes, baseball is still going on, folks. All right. For all you true sports fans, know that baseball is still going on. Hey, top play from a team that's not going to go to the playoffs, but playing with pride. Jeff McNeil, Mets, had a good showing down in Miami. Let's take a look.
And that's rifled down the right field line, and that's a base hit for Chisholm. Cut off nicely by McNeil. Chisholm heads for second. The relay by Mauricio, and Chisholm is a dead duck. McNeil made a fantastic play to cut that ball off before it got to the corner. And Mauricio with the quick relay, and they gun down Chisholm. 9-4-6 for the first out as Soler gets to third.
Chisholm likes the ball middle in. That ball was right down the middle. And beautifully cut off by McNeil, and hits the cutoff man. Most important part of this play. And Chisholm makes a very, very poor choice. His team down 2 runs.
He had it right in front of him. He had to see that McNeil had cut that ball off.
No doubt about it. So it was his call all the way, and that was just a very bad one. Bad choice, because he is out by a country mile. Well, here's McNeil again, fully outstretched. He's just such an athlete.
No matter where you put him, he finds a way to make his mark defensively.
He does. He does. He is a plus defender in the both corner outfield positions and second base.
2-2 coming. And it's hooked in the air to shallow right. On comes McNeil, tagging at third Soler. He is going to try it. The throw by McNeil on a hop, and he's out! McNeil with 2 outfield assists in the inning. Double play, and the side retired. Jeff McNeil making it happen. Soler challenged him after watching the throw he made on the play by Chisholm, and McNeil gets another one. Soler's out at the plate on the tag by Narvaez, and the Mets lead 3-1 after 5.
Hey, what can you say? What can you say? Jeff McNeil have a night, 2 assists in the outfield, 1 inning to, hey, land yourself here on Wild Card March. Top play of the night. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, gotta shout out. Kansas City Monarchs. It's a baseball team out here in Kansas City. They used to be called the T-Bones. For those who really know, they are part of the American Association, I believe. Let me make sure I get it right. I went to a couple of their games since being back in Kansas City. Me and the family moved back. Oh, well, I moved back home to Kansas City. I brought the family with me. Of course, I came in May. Yeah, late April, early May. And just got word, because I've been podcasting all night. They walk it off against the Chicago Dogs. They are now your 2023 American Association champs, the champs. So they chased the crown. They achieved the crown. Congratulations. Big shout out to the Kansas City Monarchs doing their damn thing, getting that championship, bringing it back home to the dirty. Shout them out, man. Great time, man. Great experience. Love what they're doing. They give proceeds back to the Negro League Baseball Museum that is here in Kansas City. Some of their ticket sales, they give back to it. Obviously, for those who aren't familiar with the Negro League Baseball League that did exist in the time during segregation and all that, Kansas City Monarchs was one of the marquee teams. So it's dope that they're keeping that, piece of heritage of baseball alive, and they're doing it in championship swagger type of way. So I dig it. I absolutely dig it. Like I said, I went to about about 3 or 4 games this year. Had a great time, very affordable, great atmosphere. And quite honestly, me being a a lifelong Royals fan, was a better better product. I mean, they're ending it in championship style, and the Royals, they already got 100 losses, and it's going to not look so good. They probably won't even eclipse. Let me stop. It's just bad year, bad year for the Royals. So, basing it off of success, the Monarchs are far and beyond a better product. Hey, we just gonna keep it real. But the Kansas City Monarchs been a better product than the Kansas City Royals this year. One ends in the championship. One ends, 100 plus losses. You tell me which one is is more successful. Yeah, so you tell me. Yes, it was the American Association. It's in it's a baseball league that is they do got their fair amount of talent that has played in the major leagues, but it's another alternate league, and they're the champs. It's not their first championship. I think the last one was 2021, so they've been winning pretty frequently. Let's just say that. But let's keep this joint moving. Obviously, I'm not gonna bore y'all with a lot of baseball talk. Hey, I like baseball. I play ball. Like I tell you all the time, I'm here doing podcasts because I love y'all. I love y'all talking with y'all, talking sports with y'all. You feel me? So, I'm kidding y'all. I actually wasn't that bad at baseball. I should have, I got caught up at 16 to my own fault. I'm a social butterfly. I'll just keep it at that. Anyway, man, Chicago Bears. I don't know what's going on with them. Well, I do know. They were a 3-win team last year. Yeah, you got some pieces and you got some added. And look, I thought Justin Fields would play better than he did last year. We're only 2 games in. Let's always throw that caveat in there. We know it's only 2 games in. But what I'm seeing from him is I'm seeing is a mixed bag. Some good, some bad. Is what Justin Fields' 3rd year. And so I know y'all saw the meme or the still shot, the film from the Tampa Bay game, where he missed he literally missed the guy wide open going down the seam. You can't do that, which is weird because and I'll play this Swagoo bit in a minute, because he made some throws in that game where you're like, okay, that's a type of throw we're looking from you, Justin Fields. And then sometimes, it's one of those take 2 steps forward, 3 steps back type of situations. And look, I'm not going to jump on Justin Fields and criticize him too hard. I'm just not, because that's not my style. But I'll be honest. A lot of the media, that the attention that is getting put on Justin Fields right now, it's just part of that. Hey, a lot of experts and football fans had expectations on you. Let's just call it what it is. All right. And that's just what we do as fans. We always put expectations on what we're looking to see from, certain people who will have that name in that certain sport. So a lot of football fans was looking at Justin Fields like, at least especially for me, was looking for him to even improve better. He had some plays last year where he was like, yo, okay, it's coming around. Some of those throws are there. all I'm saying is, folks, is it's 2 weeks in. Can we wait a little bit? Now I can understand that there are some things that can give you cause for concern. I'm not knocking on that. Sometimes, when you see it, hey, okay. But the thing is like, can we wait just a little bit? Just a little bit. Let's not be too premature and just say maybe 2 weeks in, the expectations that we did put on Justin Fields weren't justifiable, because there have been some plays where you're like, okay, it makes sense why he was getting a lot of love in the offseason. And then you see plays where the opposite end of the spectrum, where people are like, I'm not ready. I want to see a little bit more. Then you get some of the plays that you're like, Justin, I don't know about that decision, but let's take a listen to what Swagoo had to say about it.
It's tough because there's an issue with development at quarterback in Chicago,
Amen.
Obviously.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
That's
and then the other thing is, like, Justin got to take some responsibility. This league, if you're going to be a good quarterback in this league, anticipation is your strongest suit.
Right.
There is no quarterback in this league that can wait to see if it's open.
Can't happen.
Dudes like that waiting for you to wait. You have to throw guys open. You have to find windows. Tua's superpower is his accuracy and his anticipation. That's why he can play at the level pushing the ball down the field. So Justin has absolutely some blame. I think he's in this space right now of, I want to become a quarterback and legitimize playing the position the way everybody wants to see the position played. So I'm going to stay in the pocket and I'm going to try to wait until things develop. Because they're in the same game when he didn't throw that seam, he threw a beautiful shot to Chase Claypool for a touchdown.
Right.
Down the seam, in between coverage. So the ability is there, and the ability to push the ball down the field, it's something that is not unlocking, and it's going to cost him an opportunity to continue to be a starting quarterback.
And the seam throw that you're talking about, like that's not like level 2, bro. Like that, like as you see the city, I mean, like that ball needs to come out. So you can tell that's his anticipation definitely has to get there.
Yeah. All right, no disagreement right there with Swagoo, and that's Jeff Saturday at the end. Look, I love this NFL Plus app. You get to watch all the games to give you the all 22 look. And I'm not trying to be I'm not an expert. I'm just a true fan, and they're giving us this access. So I'm going to speak about what I see. There's times where I'm like, Justin Fields is just playing football. He's just, playing ball. And well, right now they're kind of on the same level. I don't know. I don't know if I could take one over the other. Well, no. I'll say this. To your point, Smitty. Justin Fields and Zach Wilson were both were starters. They both were put in starting positions when they first came out, and they came out in the same draft. If I remember correctly, I think Zach went second overall, and Justin was he was close to the 20s or something like that. If I remember correctly, let me double check when Justin Fields was drafted. But I think he was in that same draft. Let me see. Let me get with it. Yeah, Fields was 11. Thank you, Smitty. Hey, that's why I keep you around, Smitty. How you doing, bro? But you look at the first round 11th overall in the 2021 draft. Yep. And you look at how the fact that they both have to start, right? Justin Fields and Zach Wilson both. I don't think both of them had the quite proper coaching to begin their career. Didn't have enough talent around them in their beginning of their career. And you got, you're playing in a different offensive style pretty much every year because your offensive coordinator is probably changing on a rotational basis, pretty much a revolving door at offensive coordinator. But they were both, drafted high, and we know what the deal is. When you get drafted high as a quarterback, you're going to a lousy team. No more All-Americans blocking for you up front, no All-American running back, 2 wide receivers, and they're going to give you a whole bunch of All-Americans on your defensive side of the ball. And so shit ain't plush. Shit ain't sweet. All right? Everything ain't paved in gold for you. So here's the deal. Now, where Justin Fields has the size factor on his behalf, he can take play a little bit more physical football than Zach. Zach is a smaller guy. He is athletic. There's one thing we got to give about Zach Wilson. He is athletic. He can move his feet. He can play in today's league because he's what? He's mobile. He's athletic. That can carry you a little bit at that quarterback position. It's all between the head. It's all between the ears with Zach. I also kind of think it's the same thing with Justin Fields. It's the athletic ability is there. It's can we get him to get everything between the ears right? See the reads, see the window, make the window. Because the athletic ability is there for both of them. Both have missed some time because of some injuries, because they're getting banged up, because they're on a lousy team. But now they're in better situations. I think Zach is in a better situation than Justin Fields, because look at the roster of the Jets. Say what you want. It's a nice young roster that has a whole bunch of talent. Just needs to get, molded right, tapped in right, because the defense is a year older and together, and they're playing some damn good football. Don't let last week's game fool you. They were doing their best trying to hang in there on that defensive side. That game could have got really out of hand. I'm talking about like crazy out of hand, like almost like another 40-0 type of out of hand. But the defense could only do so much. And this is what it's going to be with the Jets this season. How long can the defense, how much stamina can a defense have to, because there's still a learning curve with Zach Wilson that he needs to get through, because he's been on the field, but the thing is he's missed some time because of injuries, bad coaching. Let's be. Here's one thing that I got to be honest about, and I said it on the Monday show. When I was looking at that Jets and Cowboys game, I get it. Zach Wilson deserves some blame for the turnovers. He does, yes. But I'm also, I don't want to put all the blame on him, because, come on, Hackett did a hack job of a game call. That was trash game calling, trash offensive coaching. Why the hell would you not give a chip, some assistance, some help, some aid, something to Dwayne Brown against Michael Parsons? First of all, it's Michael Parsons. You got to find him immediately at the line of scrimmage. Find 11. Where he at? Point him out. And you already know you better be able to shift the protection that way. That's on the offensive line. You got to be come on. As a coach, as an offensive coach, you got to be, this is what you coaching in practice. Hey, find 11. Point them out. Shift the protection that way. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes peeled. Form your wall. Find 11. Come on. This is coaching. I mean, that's bad. Well, here's my thing. Hackett, as an offensive coordinator, should be the one that has to take care of the whole offense. That's his job. I know you want to say that's Keith Carter, the O-line coach. That's part of his job too, but that's more of the offensive coordinator, the one that they be making sure that this is, hey, they're both at blame, but as your offensive coordinator, you're in charge of the offense. Robert Saleh is the defensive-minded coach. Yes, he's the head coach, so he oversees it, so it's also partly his fault. But when you have a head coach that is more directed towards the defensive side, he's going to bring in somebody on the offensive side to make sure that they handle that so that he does it. That's part of his head coaching job, is to delegate that offense to somebody else, because he's not proficient in that. He's ultimately in charge of it and should get blamed for it as the head coach. But if I bring my guy in, come on, you, offensive coordinator, this is what I need you to do. You're in charge of the offense. That goes for every aspect of it, from the protection to the route running, or where to put your reads at. That's the point of all that. And Hackett did a hack job of it. He didn't help Zach Wilson all the time in that game. You don't put Micah Parsons on an island with Dwayne Brown. Dwayne Brown was solid about 5 years ago. Probably one of the best tackles. Maybe not so much. He's getting older. The shoulder's been a problem. Getting injured over there. You can't put him on an island with a freak like Micah Parsons. Like, where's your chip? You better get somebody to help. So I get that there were some turnover problems with Zach Wilson, but it doesn't help when, hey man, you keep letting 11 in my face. And quick. Like, help me. How the hell I'm supposed to, do my job when you ain't give me no time? And with Justin Fields, it's almost the same situation. There's times when that offensive line is, woof. Good Lord. Where's the help? Block somebody. Get in front of somebody, please, for me, for you, for us. And I get his frustration. I'm not ready to bail on Justin Fields right now, because I really do think he will have a better season. But my expectations aren't crazy like that, as in they won 3 games last year. Like, to me, you get the 7, I'm like, okay, I can really see it. Obviously, there's still time for him to figure it out. But there's one thing that I think Justin Fields got to learn. And he has to learn. He got to learn about, when you in this spot, when you're the quarterback of a franchise in the NFL, they automatically want you to, be the leader guy. But there's some things that I just think that you should and shouldn't do. And maybe I'm blowing this out of proportion. I don't know. Maybe I am. But you already know how the media gonna do you. You already know how the media gonna do you. So, I mean, you when you say things like this, when you say things like, you kind of, I don't want to say you're questioning your coaching in the public eye, but you don't want to start getting painted by the media.
Things that I didn't like, I felt like I wasn't necessarily playing. Of course, things that I didn't like. Things that I didn't like, I felt like I wasn't necessarily playing my game. Felt like I was kind of robotic and not playing like myself.
When you say thinking less, what do you think was causing you to think so much, maybe think too much?
Could be coaching, I think. But at the end of the day, it makes it, they're doing their job when they're giving me, what to look at, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I can't be thinking about that when the game comes. I prepare myself throughout the week, and then when the game comes, it's it's time to play free at that point. So just thinking less and playing more.
Justin. I ain't like the way that sound. I just, yeah, man, you gotta be careful, dog. When you start talking about the the coaching and all that stuff out in the open air. But here's the thing, I just don't think that's I don't think that's a good sign. Maybe I'm reading too into it. Hey, by all means, have that opinion. But when just thinking about this, just the human nature in me is saying when you say things like that, he's saying that, hey, maybe he's not getting the proper offensive coaching and all that. To an extent, he might have a point. But when there's times when you got to open wide receiver for a touchdown, sometimes you, like Swagoo said, you gotta take some accountability of this as well. I mean, look, I'm not in the NFL, probably never will be, probably never could have. But damn it, those are the reads that in the throws that you have to make. Dude was wide open. I mean, there's no buts about it. I mean, come on, you've been in the league since 2021. They're trying to help you. They still got some work to do. That's what I'm saying. Like, this situation is too early for everybody to start like bugging out about. I mean, they're still trying to fill each other out. They got new pieces. Justin is still trying to get it down. Like, let's not overreact over 2 games. I'm to be honest. I think, when you start getting those expectations, because a lot of people did have them, of, oh man, he's just year 3. That's the year you break out, you explode. Sometimes we gotta let it. Because don't get me wrong, I know he's on what, a 10-game losing streak as a starter. Hey, something like that, does it look good? No, it doesn't. But it's still a team game. Now, excuse me. So, but if he's playing terrible, he's playing terrible. That's on him. Like I said last night, when the quarterback position, that is 100%, when you play well, they're going to give you the cheers. And even if the team loses, if you play well, they're not going to put the blame on you. So is he all 10 of those games that he's been losing? Is it, 100% just being his fault? Not necessarily. But they, got to cut down on the interceptions, and got to hit the reads of the open guys. So there's a mixed bag of blame that can go wrong for everybody that's in Chicago. Everybody. So I don't want to just me personally, I'm not going to subscribe to the, oh man, it's all Justin Fields' fault. He ain't that good, blah, blah, blah. Nah. Stats don't look too bad. It's 2 weeks in. Can we at least get to November before we start, really start having a trend of what people could possibly be? If he was playing like this and the Bears were still like this, losing like this in November, then I'd be like, hey, but maybe he's just saying that because he's like, hey, if I'm supposed to be the guy here, because I've heard Aaron Rodgers say that before. Not necessarily in that type of way that he put it. That's why I was kind of like, But I've heard other veteran quarterbacks who big names and people go crazy and say, hey, maybe we just got to get more creative with our play calling, do this, do that. They may have worded it differently, but it means the same thing. They're talking about coaching, play calls. Coaches call the plays. Yeah, there's some leeway to certain quarterbacks, but for the most part, if a quarterback is saying, hey, maybe you need to do this, do that, and it's in relation to play calling on that, they're talking about coaching. So Justin maybe find a better, more creative way to mask it like them other quarterbacks been doing back in the day. But let's just pump the brakes. That's all. Pump the brakes. But here's one thing that I think is crazy. So Minnesota Vikings, check this out. Guess what Minnesota Vikings did? In the middle of this season, in the middle of the offseason, just released Dalvin Cook. Oof, bye. We're going to roll with Alexander Mattison. So why, after 2 games in, say, oh, man, we need to go ahead and get another running back. And they make a trade to the Rams to get Cam Akers. And the reason why I find it laughable is because then why was the point of you releasing Dalvin Cook in the first place? What was the point? Huh? Like what was the point? No, literally. You had Dalvin Cook, who's always, he might have missed 4 games here, 4 games there. But the man still gives you 1K on the rushing tip. He's going to give you, 300 to 500 on the receiving tip. And you just released him. Nobody finds that odd or weird or funny. Like, what was the point of that? And Dalvin Cook is still going to be there to produce. He was only 27 years old. Like, help me understand that. Because if you had so much faith in Alexander Mattison, if you had so much faith in your depth chart down there, then why make this trade? When there was nothing wrong with Dalvin Cook. There was absolutely nothing wrong with Dalvin Cook. Like, you can't make this up. I get rid of it actually because Dalvin Cook. I don't know. I don't know what they see in Alexander Mattison yet. But you move off of Dalvin Cook to give the reins to Alexander Mattison. And what else you got behind him? Couldn't have been that much good. Because you get Cam Akers, who's kind of, been ran out of favor out there in LA. And if you ask me, Cam Akers and comparing him to Dalvin Cook are not on the same level. In my opinion, I think Dalvin Cook is more top 10, probably on the back end of that top 10. And Cam Akers is not even there. You probably like the best top 32 running backs because there's 32 teams. But I'm not putting him towards up there to the top 10 where I would put Dalvin Cook in the back end of that top 10. And Alexander Mattison hasn't shown nothing so far or ever in his, whole career while sitting behind Dalvin Cook to say that, hey, I'm just going to give the reins to you. Yeah. No, you're so much better than this Dalvin guy. We're just going to cut him. And if it was about the money thing, then come on, man. You still had the advantage. You know why? We see the market with running backs right now. you automatically get the advantage. And you're getting great production from him. Come on, I don't know how y'all are Viking fans still, bro. I don't even know how there are Viking fans out there still, because there's no way I can support this foolishness on how you run this team right now. And if you ask me, I mean, I get it. Maybe Dalvin Cook probably wouldn't have made a difference in that game against Philly. I don't know how much of a difference he would have made, because at the end of the day, I mean, they only ran for 28 yards anyway. They wasn't running the ball anyway. Had 9 carries. Alexander had 8. Ty Chandler had 1. I mean, would it made a difference against the Buccaneers? I mean, that was an embarrassing loss, if you ask me. Week 1 at home. You know, you only carried it 17 times as a team. Alexander get 11. Ty Chandler, their backup, gets 3. Kirk Cousins has 3 carries. Come on. What's Kirk Cousins getting? Kirk Cousins should have 0 attempts. I don't even care if you had to scramble. No. But my thing is with Dalvin, he's gonna help you with the passing game. I don't know how y'all Viking fans still. This is crazy, dog. And y'all defense is pissed. Oh, that defense is. Kirk Cousins still getting his body rocked on just about every play when he stepped back, getting rocked. That O-line is still Swiss cheese. But you're not making good, smart management moves. It's not smart management moves. It's really not. Because you didn't address the defense. I know you had Brian Flores, but come on, man. They really expecting this man to really pull some David Copperfield, David Blaine tricks to turn this into a reputable defense as it's currently constructed. Come on now. I'm a big fan of Harrison Smith, but that dude is, 34? And that's still your best safety? Come on now. Tyreek Hill, if I'm any team and I'm seeing Harrison Smith in coverage, sorry, dog. I'm taking my speed receiver and I'm putting him right there in that seam, pointing at you, and I'm about to run right past you. Straight up. Matter of fact, when you say hike, you the safety, so you're already deep. Just start backpedaling. Hey, if I'm an offensive coordinator, why am I not attacking Harrison Smith every play? A 34-year-old safety with these young bucks running around in the league? Come on. Was really good. We're going to see how much magic you got, Brian Flores, to stop this. As long as you put Harrison Smith at, I'm taking all them young studs and just, hey, go route, fly route, just go. He ain't going to catch you. I'm just saying. I don't know how the hell y'all still a Vikings fan. So you go trade for a running back that's nowhere close to the caliber of running back that you cut for no damn reason. Make this shit make sense. Hey, bro. That's wild. That's wild behavior. Like, come on, man. And watch him help the Jets, save their season so they could get Zach up to speed. From Jets fans saying, thank you. Thank you. Come on, man. This is crazy. Speaking of running back help, Kareem Hunt goes back. He's going back to Cleveland. Yep, he's back in Cleveland. For some reason, he couldn't sign. I don't know what the situation was. Maybe he probably had to be in a certain amount of money that he probably wanted. Well, it was everybody wanted B. John. Yeah, B. John Robinson. I know y'all seen that overhead camera view in Mercedes-Benz Stadium with him doing them juke moves last week. Against the Packers, boy, that was some dope footage, man. But just seeing him make them moves, make them cuts, that boy's special. He's special. B. John Robinson special, y'all. Yeah. But Kareem Hunt, yeah, he makes his way back to Cleveland, and guess what? It made sense. It made perfect sense. Look, we got to remember Kareem Hunt, sitting behind Nick Chubb for the last few years. So of course there was some time where he wanted to get more playing time, more touches. 123 carries last year for 468 yards, 3 TDs. He also threw in 210 yards receiving and a touchdown on 35 receptions. But they were never able to recreate that magic of 2020 when he had 841 yards on 198 carries, 6 TDs, and then do another 304 receiving yards on 38 receptions and 5 TDs. Pretty much that full year he was back in Cleveland, sitting behind Nick Chubb. But look, we just got to be honest. I think Kareem still has it in there. Excuse me. Still trying to fight this cold, y'all. There we go. I think Kareem still has a lot of tread on the tire. I think he still has a lot of good football left in him. Still only 27 years old, 28 years old. So 28, obviously getting closer to 30. We know what happens with running backs, specifically running backs when they start getting close to 30. That's when you start seeing especially the value go down for sure in that aspect. But look, I rock with Kareem, obviously him being the former Chief, just that situation that went down with him. Just him not being forthright and honest with the Chiefs. Because his rookie year, 2017, boom, came out, led the league in rushing, 1,327 yards on the ground on 8 TDs. He also threw in, 53 catches, 455 yards, and 3 TDs. And that was his rookie year. That was also, Kareem Punt. Hey, yo, Smitty. Bravo, sir. Kareem Punt. Oh, that's so funny. For those who don't know about the situation, I mean, that's pretty. He ain't even kick her hard, right? But we don't condone, putting hands or feet on the females, no matter what the situation. He lied about it. That's what got him kicked off the team, and that was in the middle of him really putting in work on his sophomore season, because he was about to do just as much work on his sophomore season with Patrick Mahomes that he did in his rookie season with Alex Smith. And that's he only played the 11 games before he got cut by the Chiefs and eventually suspended. So in 11 games, he put up 824 yards on the ground on 181 carries, 7 TDs, 26 catches, 378 yards, and 7 TDs. So he was a touchdown machine. Was killing it with the Chiefs before he eventually got cut. So let's put this into perspective. So you see how Kareem was cooking that year, his sophomore season, after having an immaculate rookie season. Like dude was cooking. Say what you want. Made the Pro Bowl. Matter of fact, I'm telling you, had he stayed in Kansas City, man, just think about that. Y'all, I want y'all to think about that. Kareem Hunt, man, but did well in Cleveland the first 2 years, and then obviously the numbers kind of went down because we know why. Nick Chubb eventually got paid, and Cleveland was like, "Hey, man, he's the feature back. We're paying him," and so the Kareem Hunt, getting that much production, it went down. It just did. So I think he still has a lot of tread on the tires. And I think he can, just pick up right where he left off. And I'm not saying he should be the featured back, but I will say that at some point, I think Kevin Stefanski will have to lean on him more, because I think he's going to be the more talented running back. You got to do something, because Deshaun needs help. And what I mean by that is Deshaun needs more help, as in somebody else need to carry the tote, because I don't know what's up with Deshaun. Deshaun he's not. Damn. I thought he was rusty last year for those 6 games, and it's like it continued. He looking kind of shaky, Stark. He looking kind of shaky. I'm not saying it's early. Look, it's early. I'm not saying it's a wrap for him, but for the first 2 games, I'm like, if he didn't run, you might be having a couple of issues, because some of his throws is just like, what happened? Deshaun, you was nice. What happened? I'm just like, I don't think Deshaun is shooken off all the rust yet. I don't think it's gone yet. Because when he went against the Bengals, he really didn't start clicking till damn near third quarter, and he had to do majority of that on the run with his feet. Made some plays. He just made some plays. So that aspect in him to just go make a play, I think is still there. But sometimes his reads, as in that's what made you, was that you just wasn't a athletic quarterback. You was because you was cooking. You was cooking before you had to sit out that last almost 2 years. Deshaun was cooking. I mean, you was up 24-0 in that playoff game, 2019. Cooking. And ever since then, I know, I get it. They traded your peoples away your last year in Houston, before you had to sit down for the year and a half before you got traded to. So, hey, but I don't know. It ain't looking too hot. If he's playing like this in November, man, then we really got a problem. But it's going to get easier for you with Kareem Hunt. I believe that. I 100% believe that. Because he's not just going to be able to change, your running game, but he's going to be able to, hit me on the screens, hit me on this angle route. You can line me up this way, that way, because Kareem Hunt is a football player. I'm actually surprised that it took him 2 weeks into the regular season to get a job. I really am. Because we see how they're making this market for the running back. And as a team, you always going to have the advantage in this situation. So it can't be about the money. It can't be that. So I'm surprised that it took him, unfortunately, a bad injury for the team that he most recently played for them to reach out and make sure that, they fix a problem that they got. Because, I like the little young guy. Ford, he's been playing well. He has. He's been playing real well. But is that something that do you think that can go for the next 15 games? Yeah, Jerome Ford. You think that's something that you can ride with to be your bell cow or your main rushing threat? Because this still is a run first offense. This is not meant to be a throw it 50 time type of offense, because it was so heavily predicated off of Nick Chubb. It was predicated to get the running game going so that you can get the play action, get the bootleg, because that's what Deshaun can do well, is get him moving as a quarterback, moving the pocket, throwing on the run. So, I mean, this is an offense that Deshaun can excel in. But without Nick Chubb being that catalyst of the running part that opens everything up for the offense, it's no longer there. So you got to get Kareem Hunt, who can, I'm not saying he can do what Nick Chubb does, but hell, they were literally a running backs in that room that could be starters on multiple teams, because Kareem Hunt at that time still was starter potential. I think he still got enough to still be a starter in this league. Because if you the second running back, they're not using you because they paid Nick Chubb. All you doing is just keeping my body fresh. I ain't taking all that punishment. So in hindsight, he actually might have just a little bit more left in the tank than just the regular average 28-year-old that's been a starter. So, hey, good move. Good move for him. I know he's ecstatic. Just to be back in familiar grounds, familiar area. He's from Ohio. Went to Toledo. That's in Ohio. So, hey. Then he went to Kansas City. Wasn't that far from Ohio. So, but he's back. Back in Ohio in the Browns uniform. I think this is his fourth year in Cleveland, if I remember correctly. I believe so. So yeah, his fourth year it'll be his fourth year. Fourth full year if you get him states. So we'll see how it goes. But man, we're gonna shut it down. We got a full slate of I.O.W. sports content coming tomorrow. Tap in with us 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Myself, Detroit Mel. Hopefully Big Homie Nick Sean can join us. And then tap in with me. I'll be back tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ish, because I know I got some other podcasts that I'll be filming tomorrow. But, hey, man, y'all know what it is. Tap in with your boy Wildcard Mar. Facebook, Instagram, KC Wildcard Mar on Twitter. And you already know, keep tapping in. Keep supporting us on this I.O.W. sports content. I.O.W. sports Network, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification on I.O.W Sports 1 on the Twitter. Everything's at the bottom of your screen. Hey, man, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'll let y'all. See y'all Thursday.
Silent Hill TDS. Hitchhikers. Yeah, smoking so much dope, I'm seeing traces. Visual lasers load across the scene is dangerous, aggressive like behavior. Couple monsters for my neighbors, resisting human nature. Persistently getting greater, bloodshed like the Terminator. Fire up the green, I need it, increase the dopamine. Feel better, so I kill better, doped up for cocaine. Roaming like I never had a home, so I'm all alone. Smoking bones down the chromosomes till the filter's gone. Suffocating under heavy pressure, the signature marks are the cornerstone of a nigga that's ready to spark. Like the pathway through the treacherous, wonderful dark. Searching for a lost spark, curators of a lost art. Desperately holding shit together until it falls apart. Blood stuck to pool in the water, just waiting on the sharks. Love is the deadliest game, but I'll just massacre your heart. Tearing at your body, wondering how did we start?
Fuck man, I think a nigga about to spaz out. Cause I don't give a fuck no more when I'm down to my last night. Then I went out of luck, feeling look down, about to pass out. Speeding down the highway in this challenge, afraid of God I will crash out. Dump the ash out, give it all up, dump the cash out. Make every second count, I just wanna see that ass bounce. Bitch, what you talking about? Drop dead, then lead the party, nigga, watch your damn mouth. You don't wanna get me started.
Go! Pedal to the metal, hit the floor. Flying through the city, and that's about to float. Grab the main, grab a shit get go. You already know how this can go, I'm about to leave. Slide through the streets and need for speed. Feel the breeze, fingers twisting up the sweet. If you're looking for a baby, you gon' see.